Well, for the first time in 2 years, a national champion will be crowned. Stanford trying to capture title number 3, their first since 1992, and Arizona seeking its first ever title. It's been a run of firsts for the Wildcats. First time past the Sweet 16, and they have made it all the way here to the national championship game. Kate Reese, Cameron Brink will jump it up. And the 2021 national championship game is underway. And it'll start anticlimactic.
Almost underway, Ryan. It's like the season.
In a year of false starts, why not one more? Stanford basketball as they control tip number 2. Stanford has gotten off to some tough starts over their last couple of games against Louisville as well as South Carolina. How do they begin tonight? Brink, a 3, no, and the long board goes to Thomas.
And you saw Arizona's defense on that first possession, forcing Stanford to catch it out a step farther than they would like to.
One thing Adia Barnes talked to us about was the importance of a quick start for her team, as Thomas could not squeeze it in around Brink, who has been a force defensively on the interior. Here's Jones, weaving, whirling, can't hit, and the rebound secured by Yaney. McDonald flashing into the front court. The pull-up, no good. Reese tried to grab it, and Jones will have it instead for Stanford.
There are a lot of nerves, especially in the first 5 minutes of a championship game.
Lexi Ho has been poised all tournament.
That'll settle you down.
Ho coming off back-to-back tremendous performances. Had 21 points, 9 rebounds in the Elite Eight, 18 points, 13 rebounds in the Final Four semi. McDonald cans a 3.
Great screen. Anna Wilson, the defender on McDonald, ran into it. You cannot do that against a potent offensive threat like Ari McDonald.
Jones able to beat Baptiste down the floor, but then a nice stand from the help D. Yaney, no, and the weak side board to Hull. Mary McDonald averaging 30 points per game over the last 3. She has been the tournament's leading scorer, averaging over 25.5 points per game here in San Antonio, and doing so incredibly efficiently. Hull leading, another.
Hull did a really nice job when the double team came. That double team game gave Connecticut trouble all game long in the semifinal. She just handled it there beautifully.
Reese trying to turn the corner, couldn't finish it. And Lexi Hull able to secure the rebound, nearly traveled thanks to a push from her teammate Brink, but wisely got a dribble going. Here's Brink, the freshman, bodying in and finishing. Easy work from Cameron Brink.
That's one of the things Adia Barnes expected, is the isolation in the post. Brink has a couple of inches on Reese and could take it right at her.
Brink was the number 3 recruit in the nation this year. Here's McDonald cutting through the D, and that's going to be a charge against McDonald. An early personal against Arizona star.
Ari McDonald here, Baptiste, great screen. The roll is what keeps Anna Wilson away from contesting. And how about this? There's the double team. Stanford, their 3rd time playing Arizona. They are used to it and know how to get around it.
Stanford off to a 6-3 start. Hull leaning, can't hit that one. Rebound loose. McDonald was after it. Jones got it instead. Another chance here. Here's Prechtel, loves to fire from 3, and that's why.
That is what Ashton Prechtel does. She comes in off the bench, she gets a first touch outside the 3-point line, and she drains it.
Tara Vanderveer says, we know if she gets it, it's going up. McDonald, hawked by Wilson. Will fire, can't hit that one, and the rebound, Hull. Strong start for Stanford. Williams, a 3, you bet! 10-0 Stanford run.
Stanford has been so good in this tournament from deep. Multiple players who can hit with range. Ashton Prechtel first, Kiana Williams, the hometown girl, and her team is loving it.
We've got a mega cast going tonight. On the rail is our rail cam. Score, replays, natural sound from the arena. Beyond the rim, our aerial camera view with enhanced stats and replays. Both are available on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. Rebecca, Stanford very familiar with Aerie McDonald.
So familiar that they have an area on the floor that they call the house, Aerie's house. And that's where Tara Vanderveer wants her bigs to come over and prevent Aerie McDonald from getting there. They did it beautifully. A couple plays ago, drawing the charge. They know the lefty wants to get to that spot on the floor, and they are ready for it.
Shot just 29% in her career against Stanford. 1 in 5 in those 6 games.
Well, guys, Aerie's house has expanded. She's put on an addition here in the NCAA tournament. Her three-point shooting has been on fire. It's very ironic. Her favorite TV show, HGTV, Flip or Flop. I can't wait to see what it is tonight.
Baptiste gets blocked by Jones. 3 to shoot. Thomas can't hit. And a foul here against Sam Thomas. And it will be Stanford basketball after the loose ball foul against Thomas. And Rebecca, I think back to Adia Barnes talking about a fast start being important for Arizona. It's Stanford who's gotten off to the nice beginning here in the national championship game.
Adia Barnes said it's important for us to come out strong. Aerie McDonald's teammates said we feed off of Aerie. If she misses early shots, it can affect us. We'll see if they can quickly turn it around.
Arizona 1 of 8. Jones the layup. On a nice pass from Prechtel. McDonald trying to find space, spins, kicks. Baptiste from 12 connects.
And Adia Barnes wants her team to be aggressive, going to the basket, not just settling, not just Aerie McDonald step back threes. They have been aggressive, they just finally got one to fall.
Adia Barnes told us, yeah, they may be bigger than us, but we're fast. Hull has size on McDonald, couldn't finish it. And Thomas lost it, able to get it back for Arizona. Here comes McDonald, little 4-on-4. Cuello alone, can't hit. Reese the offensive rebound and is tied up by Jones. Possession arrow belongs to Arizona.
Haley Jones has a great matchup in this game, and here she gets by Kate Reese and able to finish inside. 6'1", she's such a unique player in that she can get defensive boards, push the other way, finish inside, added the 3 to her game through the course of this tournament.
She was Adia Barnes' #1 key defensively as McDonald too strong on a 3. McDonald 1 for 4 from the floor to start. And Arizona 2 for 11. They are 1 of 6 from 3. And improved three-point shooting has been one of the things the Wildcats have ridden to this point. Hull can't hit, an air ball from the corner and collected by Baptiste. Here's McDonald turning on the burners and gets a foul called against Jones right in Aerie's house.
Is that like one of those not in my house?
Well,
follow me in my house.
I'm not sure. But after listening to Holly, it does feel like it may be coming to HGTV sometime soon.
I don't even think she knows that she has a house in there.
Cuello can't hit the 3. And Arizona 1 of 7 now from downtown. They've shot it at 42% from 3 as a team during the tournament. Hull bodies in, can't finish. And another tie-up. This time it's Stanford who has the possession arrow. Arizona has gotten some of the open looks from 3 that they've been hitting along this run as Hannah Jump checks in. Lexi Hull out for Stanford, but have not been able to hit them here in this first quarter. Jones pops it in. Haley Jones already 4 points, 4 rebounds. for the 2019 #1 recruit in the nation. McDonald trying to find space. Baptiste will fire and hit from 3.
Ari McDonald is so important to Arizona. Here you see her guarding the basketball offensively, not just her own shot, but the way she creates, collapses the defense, and gets open looks for her teammates.
Here's Jones finding Prechtel. Lost it, taken away by McDonald. An opportunity here for Arizona. McDonald, step back, off the mark. Ware keeps it alive. Another chance here for the Wildcats. Baptiste just couldn't hook it in. Had a lane and was unable to finish. Here is Jones, and that's going to be a blocking foul against Playo, the 3rd-team foul against Arizona.
Ari on the drive, gets to her house. This is where the help defense comes. Great patience. Out to Baptiste, wide open 3. I don't know that there's any player in the tournament who is as important to her team's success as Ari McDonald.
She has accounted for 37% of her team's points this season, the most for any player with a team that's reached the national championship game. Fran Belibi into the game for Stanford off the bench. Out there with Brink, Williams, Wilson, and Hannah Jump. Williams in some trouble, and it taken away by McDonald. McDonald lost it, got it to Pellington, who couldn't lay it in. Another missed chance inside from Arizona. Here is Anna Wilson. Utara Vanderveer wants to be more aggressive with her shot, especially from 3 in this game. Felt like she was a bit too hesitant in the Elite 8 and in the semifinal. As Wilson throws it away, but at last hits Ware, and it's going to stay here with Stanford.
Stanford has to take care of the basketball. That's their #1 key to have success in this game because of the way Arizona pressures you defensively and turns steals into easy offense the other way.
Williams gives it up, 5 to shoot. Williams may have to pull here. Shot clock at 1. Williams didn't get it off, and there is a turnover from Stanford.
Stanford had done a really nice job this quarter taking care of the ball. Now that's 2 possessions in a row with the turnover. Of course, a dead ball turnover, not as dangerous.
McDonald is going to get a breather here for Arizona. Pellington, Baptiste, Playo, Ware, and Thomas, the 5 for the Wildcats.
We've seen Adia Barnes do that near the quarter break so that her star can get a little extended rest.
Baptiste facing up, left it short. Arizona now 3 for 17 from the floor in this first quarter. Belibi putting it on the deck, got blocked by Ware, and it's going to stay here for Stanford. The Frozen Four begins Thursday on ESPN2 with the national semifinals in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 5 Eastern, St. Cloud State faces Minnesota State, and then at 9, 2-time defending national champion Minnesota Duluth takes on UMass. For more, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. A 16-8 Stanford lead, 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. Belibi using her size, trying to find space, couldn't finish, rebound, knocked away from Playo, and that's going to be a foul against Brink. It'll be the 2nd-team foul against Stanford in this first.
The toughness that Arizona shows defensively, because at every interior position, they're giving up size. And to stay strong with Belibi, then not let her get to the offensive glass.
Well, I would almost think that has to be part of the perspective if you're Adia Barnes in Arizona right now. You've shot 3 of 17, but your defense and physicality has kept Stanford from running away in this opening quarter. Baptiste, short, loose ball, picked up by Pellington. Another chance here for Arizona with about a 14-second difference game in shot clock. Shot clock is at 7. Pellington is not a threat from there, but will take, and that was the scouting report. Pellington now 1 for 18 from 3 this year. She's just 8 for 72 in her career. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Jump, gives it up. Williams unable to hit, and that's how the first quarter ends. Stanford, a 16-8 lead after one. The Pac-12 will have a national champion for the first time since 1992. Will it be Arizona or Stanford? Second quarter coming up next. Well, because of local health ordinances, Stanford has had to become nomads this season. At one point going 63 days between sleeping in their own beds, traveled 7,500 miles over that period of time, Holly Rowe.
Well, you know, it's absolutely been crazy. Tara Vanderveer told us there was a point that we just thought, I can't keep doing this in January. It's too hard. Players would be on the court in a high school gym trying to practice but have to be online for classes. It's been an unbelievably difficult season for Stanford, and I asked her, would this be even more special to win a national championship because of all you've been through? She said there will be an asterisk on this championship for whoever wins it because it has been challenging.
Yeah, in this case, a positive asterisk because it has required such incredible fortitude. Stanford a 16-8 lead to begin this second quarter as we check in with Shayna Robinson.
Guys, I talked to Adia Barnes before the game, and she said that she expected Stanford to pack the paint defensively for two reasons. One, collapsing on Aari McDonald, and two, playing the percentages on some of their other players. And so far, when Aari's been in trouble, when they've sagged defensively, other players not named Aari McDonald have not been able to knock down shots, but they need to keep their offense going.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see 10 feet in the paint for Stanford as they're trying to protect the paint, protect the basket. You see Adia Barnes answer to that. Get Kate Reese the basketball and have her attack.
Kate Reese, the first ever McDonald's All-American to head to Arizona, and she comes up with a deflection there. Good start to this second for the Wildcats. And a foul here against Prechtel. That will be the first personal against Ashton Prechtel. And the first team foul against Stanford here in the second quarter. Rowe will inbound. Gets it to McDonald. McDonald just 1 for 5 from the floor in that first quarter. She has dazzled all tournament long. Reese putting it on the floor. Reese elevating and hitting. Kate Reese stepping up in quarter number 2. And you can hear the Arizona fans here. They are very vocal. And a huge amount of Wildcat fans have made their way to San Antonio. A capacity crowd of about 6,000 for this game as Reese gets called for the foul. Got a little too aggressive there. Personal number 1 on Kate Reese.
So a question, who's going to step up and help when Aari McDonald's struggling? Well, the last 2 possessions, it's been Kate Reese attacking the basket, tough finishes. The way Stanford's playing defense, nothing's going to be easy. You have to expect that someone will be in your face. Reese responded.
Williams can't hit the 3, and the loose ball ends up with Pellington. Pellington, Thomas, Reese, Rowe, and McDonald, the 5 on the floor for Arizona. Prechtel, Lexi Hull, Williams, Haley Jones, and Anna Wilson, the 5 for Stanford. McDonald zips into the lane, fading, and couldn't hit. Ended up getting the separation she needed.
There were 3 players waiting for her when she got to the left side of the floor. She still got a good look, though.
Oh, look at Jones, split the double, couldn't float it in, and Thomas the rebound. Sam Thomas, a 2-time all-defensive team member in the Pac-12.
You see Stanford's not even playing Pellington. When Aari McDonald drives, the lefty likes to go left. Stanford is very aware of that, surrounded by 3, still gets a really good look. But Stanford is a team that knows tendencies, and they were in the exact spot Tara Vanderveer wants them to be.
Stanford has missed its last 5 shots. A 4-point Stanford lead. Hull has been a huge difference maker the last 2 games of this tournament for Stanford. Prechtel, does she get the roll? She does.
She likes the hoops here in San Antonio. She had something similar in their semifinal game as well.
has shot it at 59% from the floor during the NCAA tournament. McDonald zigging, zagging, and hitting.
What do you do about that? The quickness that she has, you have to give her a little cushion so she doesn't go right by you.
That's usually what I ask you.
I have no answer.
It's rhetorical. Prechtel can't hit. Hull got in there. Hull caused madness, but it's out of bounds off of Stanford.
This is what you call a friendly rim. Prechtel, donk. Oh, what a beautiful shot. And then the other way, Anna Wilson doing the best she can, but Ari McDonald dancing with the basketball, has it on a string.
For a little more on Prechtel, here's Holly Rowe.
Well, she's been unbelievable off the bench for Stanford, and for good reason. She was taught by one of the very best to play in college. The huge three there from Puello. She learned from Keith Van Horn, one of the best three-point shooters and scorers in Utah history. He was her AAU coach, and he's taught her very well. She's smooth, very elegant. She reminds me a little bit of his game.
And confident in her stroke as well, as was Puello there. That's what Arizona needs. It's a one-point game. Hull, no. Prechtel making Keith Van Horn proud.
She's been really impressive off the bench throughout the course of this Sweet 16. Whether it's hitting threes, now you see her getting to the offensive glass, showing toughness.
At 16 second-half points in the Elite Eight against Louisville, when Stanford trailed by 12 at the half. Pellington, you see the space they play off of her, and Pellington able to wiggle into a whistle.
I mean, they're not even close to her. They're not even close to her. Stanford wants her to shoot the ball.
Baptiste will come and get Reese. And now Lacey Hull, the twin of Lexi, will check in for Haley Jones for Stanford. Pellington. That foul, by the way, was number 2 on Haley Jones. So we've seen that earlier in the tournament as well. Stanford has been able to survive with Jones on the bench with 2 fouls. They'll have to do so here in the second quarter, as Pellington, just a 41% free throw shooter, hits both.
Typically, when Haley Jones picks up her second foul, Tara Vanderveer puts her on the bench until halftime.
So can Arizona take advantage? They've been able to weather the early storm of missed shots after Stanford jumped out high. A 20-19 Stanford lead. Ari McDonald's teammates stepping up, especially in this second quarter, and that is going to be a travel.
And Ryan, when you have a player who is as dominant for her team as Ari McDonald is, when she's having a day where she's struggling, everyone else feels a sense of responsibility. She's gotten us here. Now it's our time to step up until she can find her flow.
A 14-4 run from Arizona. McDonald can't float it in. Has help there in Baptiste, who's tied up. And it's Stanford who has the possession arrow.
Smothering. It's going to be really hard for Arizona to get anything in the paint, because it's clear that that's the priority for Stanford, to take away anything around the basket.
And this is something we've already seen a few times tonight. We saw it a lot in the Stanford game, in the Stanford-South Carolina game. Stanford is very good at tying up rebounders very quickly. Something that those Arizona bigs have to be aware of, as Pellington comes up with the steal and puts Arizona in front.
A really good defensive unit on the floor right now for Arizona.
Foul called against Baptiste. Down 16-5 early. Arizona has come back to take the lead.
Shayna Pellington says, all right, if you don't guard me in the half court, I'm going to get out and run. You can't guard me now.
Ryan Rucco, Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe, China Robinson with you in San Antonio. Arizona, after trailing 16-5 out of the gates, has come back to take a 21-20 lead, 4:44 to go in the second quarter.
one of the things that's really changed here in the second quarter. In the first quarter, Stanford able to get in the paint. 10-0 in terms of points in the paint. In the second quarter, Arizona 8, Stanford none.
Haley Jones on the bench with 2 fouls for Stanford. Brink can't finish, got it back, put it in to put Stanford back in front. Let's check in with Shayna Robinson.
Guys, we keep talking about the balance for Arizona. When we talked to Sam Thomas, she said this is the difference between early in the season for them in the NCAA tournament, how everyone else hits shots. That's not Aari McDonald. Look at the numbers. First quarter, 2 for 14. Much better in the second, so they have to continue to step up, even if it's off of their defense. As we saw from Pellington, everybody needs to stay involved.
And this is the reason why. Anytime McDonald gets inside the paint, she's going to get swarmed. And generally, she will find her open teammates, so they will have good looks. They've done a good job here with that and with getting turnovers and getting points out in transition.
That was foul number 2 on Brink as McDonald couldn't finish, and Hull able to collect it for Stanford. McDonald now 2 of 9 from the floor. So Brink and Jones both on the bench with 2 fouls for Stanford. So they go a little bit smaller now. Prechtel in at the 5. And then it's Lacey and Lexi Hull with Wilson and Williams. Good hands. Pellington's defense has been outstanding. Pellington, double dribbled. And Arizona turns it back over.
She's had a really nice impact, though. She's helped change the pace of this game, and Arizona wants to get out in transition. They want to push and go fast, and she's allowed them to do that.
Nice adjustment from Adia Barnes, who has made history with this Wildcats team this season. Kate Reese getting ready to check back in for Arizona as Prechtel couldn't finish. Pellington secures it for Arizona. Here's Pellington. Backing away, looking back to Adia Barnes to get a play call. Something she told us she does a lot with her team. Said she would be very specific with instruction on this end. Cuello can't hit, and Wilson the rebound. Anna Wilson and Aari McDonald, the co-defensive players of the year in the Pac-12. McDonald, the player of the year as well in the conference. Prechtel gives it up. Lexi gets fouled, puts it in, and a chance for 4 for Lexi Hull.
Throughout the course of the Sweet 16, Lexi Hull has just had big moments. And a great job here. Prechtel finds her. Hits the 3. She has stepped up and made some big shots.
One of the things Tara Vanderveer told us today was Lexi Hull was not somebody she was going to worry about the moment being too big for. She said both Lexi and Lacey Hull, the twins, she said the stage will not be an issue for them. McDonald can't finish. Rebound, Stanford. McDonald has gotten a couple better looks, but has been unable to finish now. 2 for 10 from the floor. A 6-0 Stanford run. Prechtel faces up. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound underneath. Alyssa Jerome kept it alive. Here's Williams floating and hitting. It's an 8-0 Stanford run. Second field goal of the game for the San Antonio native, Kiana Williams. McDonald gets swallowed up inside.
She continues to go to that area of the floor, and Stanford continues to meet her there.
Adia Barnes has talked about the offense has gotten better when they haven't forced things, when Aari hasn't forced things. Maybe a couple of forces from Aari these last couple of possessions.
Yes.
That 3 is good. Anna Wilson, now 8 for 9 from downtown this tournament, and her mother and big brother love it. An 11-0 Stanford run. Pellington able to finish, plus the foul. Hey, the NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship game tomorrow on CBS starting at 9:20 Eastern, or stream games on the March Madness Live app from anywhere. For more information, go to ncaa.com.
Hey guys, I was actually able to talk to Jalen Suggs 2 days ago. You saw him hit that crazy shot for Gonzaga last night, and he had said he'd been really tight early in the tournament, and he talked to his good friend Paige Beckers, and she said, just relax, be yourself. He was so relaxed. He took over that game. We thought his shot block was maybe the most important play until he hit that fantastic three, but he was very relaxed, and it was fun to speak to him 2 days ago.
And I think our audience would definitely sign for a classic like we saw last night, as a travel is called here against Williams. Nice trap there from Arizona.
When Stanford went on their run, and when Stanford has gone on their runs, they've taken care of the basketball. It's pretty much been that simple. They're shooting a pretty good percentage. It's when they turn it over and Arizona's defense impacts them is when Arizona gets back in.
McDonald gets fouled by Wilson. That's going to put Stanford over the limit and will send McDonald to the line. Harry McDonald has struggled against Stanford this season. They have had answers that nobody else in the nation has. As McDonald misses the first free throw, that's about the only thing she has not done well this tournament. Now 17 for 26 from the line, about 65%. And she misses both.
One of the reasons Stanford has had answers is because they know Arizona so well. They know who to play off of so that they can clog the lane.
And that's going to be another turnover, an offensive foul against Wilson. Her second personal now, and the 9th turnover for Stanford. You talked about it earlier, Rebecca. Tara Vanderveer's #1 key was not turning the basketball over. 9 turnovers, a lot for her team this half.
Yeah, she said shot selection as well, because a bad shot can be like a turnover. They've had good shot selection. It's just been the turnovers.
A 7-point lead for Stanford. Pellington gives it up. Yaney will back it out. 15 to shoot. Yaney tried to squeeze it into traffic. Ware gets it to Thomas. Ooh, Thomas might have had a look there, didn't take it. 5 to shoot. Pellington cradles, can't lay it in. Brechtel the rebound, and Stanford can hold for 1. So Stanford, after taking an 11-point lead early, watched Arizona jump in front and used an 11-0 run to take the lead back. 5 seconds left in the half. Williams in traffic. Williams trapped, had it taken away, and that's how the first half will end. Stanford, a 31-24 lead over Arizona after 2 quarters of play in San Antonio. Harry McDonald struggling in that half, 2 for 11 from the floor, just 5 points. Some good work from her teammates in that second quarter to get the lead back for Arizona before an 11-0 run from Stanford helped give them a lead. It's 7 at the half. Here's LaChina Robinson with Harry McDonald.
Ari, your team was down as many as 11 points here in this first half. What do you have to do more consistently to stay in this game?
Get stops. We let Stanford get hot. We pretty much let them have it their way. And just on offensive end, be more patient. That started with me. I'm pressing a little bit, trying to make a play. But it starts with me. I mean, I got to lead my team on the defensive end and offensive end. And just let the game come to us and we'll be fine.
Yeah, you mentioned you were pressing. You struggled some from the field. What do you have to do differently against this Stanford defense?
Doing what I've been doing before, letting the game come to me, dissecting the defense, reading them, not rushing my shots.
Thank you, Ari.
Thank you.
Well, Harry McDonald has talked about that all season, that when she has gotten better offensively, it's when she's let the game come to her, has not forced things. Meanwhile, Lexi Hull has been tremendous for Stanford. Here's Holly with Lexi.
Thank you for being patient, Lexi. You've been going full speed, leading your team in scoring, but you're also defensively on Ari McDonald at times. How are you able to keep up with her speed and quickness?
She's a very, very good player, and she's working 24/7. So just trying to stay in front of her and keep her contained. That's the goal.
You guys were told that the #1 goal for this game was to take care of the basketball. What concerns you that you've got 10 turnovers here in the first half?
I think that we're pressing a little too much, trying to make things happen that maybe aren't there. So second half, we just need to lock down and really take care of the ball.
Thank you so much, Lexi.
Thank you.
Well, a 7-point lead for Lexi Hull and Stanford at the half, seeking their first national championship since 1992. Time to head to the studio with coaches Carolyn Peck and Andy Landers. Here's the conductor, Maria Taylor, with the halftime show. Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. 1/2 away from someone claiming that trophy. Stanford a 31-24 lead over Arizona as we get ready to start the third quarter of the national championship game here in San Antonio. We welcome you courtside once again. Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. We'll hear from LaChina Robinson and Holly Rowe in just a moment. Rebecca, Stanford jumped out to a big lead early. Arizona fought back, but then an 11-0 run late. Stanford builds this lead, and their defense against Aerie McDonald, just incredible.
Yeah, that's been the story. And Arizona only shooting 28% in the first half is so much is because of the way Stanford has stifled Aerie McDonald. They've gotten to Aerie's house. Here it is, 3 players. They know the lefty wants to get to that spot of the floor. Every time she has been met by multiple defenders. One of the reasons she's only 2 for 11 at the half, and you saw studio with the shot chart. Well, here's the shot chart with the house. She hasn't been able to score there yet.
2 for 11 from the floor as we check in with LaChina Robinson.
As we've said several times in this game, guys, it can't just be about Aerie McDonald. She did get her teammates involved in the first half, but Arizona only had 2 assists. They have got to work better on the offensive end. Here are a couple of plays where the defense focused on Aerie, and this is just an incredible pass here. She saw a way to get the ball to Trinity Baptiste, who was shooting at 50% from three-point land in the NCAA tournament, much better than she did in the regular season. Once again, all eyes on Aerie. Helena Puello is a capable three-point shooter. She gets it out to the wing, and she knocks it down. That is their only 2 assists of the game. They have got to hit those shots when Aerie gets the ball moving.
Arizona had 2 brief 1-point leads, LaChina, followed by big Stanford runs as we check in with Holly Rowe.
I was able to catch up with Arizona coach Adia Barnes at the half, and she said second chance points are the biggest issue right now. Stanford had 11 in that first half. They had 0. I also said, how do you adjust to where they're clogging up that area for Aerie McDonald? She said, again, we've got to take good shots, but we've got to rebound. Even if we put shots up from the three-point line, we've got to be smart about our shot selection.
Well, Stanford a plus 12 on the glass in that first half, Holly. So Coach Barnes wants that cleaned up here in the third. Wilson and Jones both with 2 fouls for Stanford. 2 for Brink as well. As Wilson able to hit and being a little more aggressive on the offensive end, which you know Russell is going to love.
The last possession for Arizona, the first one out of halftime. Baptiste, a really nice job driving it into the paint, getting a good look.
Here's McDonald. McDonald stops, dishes out. Thomas has not gotten many attempts in this game either. Baptiste able to squeeze it out to Reese. 2 to shoot. Reese. And that's going to be an air ball as she hit nothing but backboard. Landed in the lap of Brink. Here comes Stanford. Brink gets free and lays it in.
We saw that in the first half. Now here in this second. Brink on an island with a smaller defender.
That's going to be a blocking foul against Wilson. It will be her 3rd.
Anna Wilson has a bigger defender on her. And Thomas, but able to find her shot. And then Brink has a smaller defender on her and able to finish hers as well.
You know, Holly talked about the analogy Tara Vanderveer has used all season long as Hannah Jump will come and grab Anna Wilson, saying we're an orchestra. And Kiana Williams is first chair, but we all need to keep things going, to keep the beat, to let the music play. And each player has different moments to solo. We are seeing that from Stanford tonight. Down the floor, Ho lays it in.
Great pass by Haley Jones to lead that break.
Stanford has gotten just 3 field goal attempts from Williams, but such depth on this team, they've been able to build an 11-point lead. McDonald will take and hit from 3. Finally got some space.
Things change completely for Arizona if Aerie McDonald gets hot.
Brink couldn't squeeze it in. Rebound Baptiste, a chance for Arizona. Here's McDonald. McDonald turns on the burners and can't float it in, just a little too strong. Jones sat much of the second quarter with 2 fouls. Here's Williams, the San Antonio native with so many friends and family here. Lexi Hull turns and can't get the roll. McDonald dancing, wheeling, gets clobbered, and Ari McDonald will go to the line.
Haley Jones is one of the best facilitating forwards in women's college basketball. On the money to Hull. And then for Arizona, so important to make a comeback if Ari McDonald gets her touch from outside.
Sam Thomas will sit now for Arizona. Shayna Pellington, who had a terrific first half, into the game for Arizona. McDonald missed 2 free throws in the first half, hits this one. Now 1 for 3 from the line in this game. Ari McDonald's parents in the building. There's a lot of people in America who are going to want those shirts after this tournament.
They'll be able to get her jersey once she gets drafted to the WNBA.
By the way, that last foul called against Brink, her third. So 3 on Wilson, 3 on Brink now. They are both on the bench for Stanford as Jones goes backdoor.
Elevated offense by Stanford, so there is so much space when they get players cutting to the basket.
A 39-31 lead for Stanford, and that's going to be a blocking foul against Lexi Hull.
Brink is the player who takes up space on the block. She's out. You bring Ashton Prechtel up, get the ball into her. Look at all that room for the cut for Haley Jones.
Haley Jones was the first player that Adia Barnes brought up to us yesterday when talking about Stanford, who concerned her most, especially Jones in transition. Baptiste given space, and it's going to be a 3-second violation against Reese. The WNBA draft, Thursday, April 15th at 7 Eastern, live on ESPN and the ESPN app. Dallas Wings with the 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 7th overall picks. The 25th annual WNBA draft, Thursday, April 15th, 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. This crew will be there for the draft.
Can't wait.
Jones can't finish. Thomas back in, comes up with a rebound for Arizona. Thomas has gotten just 2 field goal attempts in this game. Here's Yaney, given a runway, couldn't flip it in. Prechtel able to provide some size in the vision of Yaney.
The luxury to have your 4th player be the one to initiate the offense in the quarter court.
Prechtel, center of the lane, can't bank it in. A rebound, McDonald. McDonald dribbled it off a heel, was able to get it back, though, for Arizona. We heard McDonald tell LaChina Robinson just after half that she feels like she's forcing it a little too much, as Pellington unable to finish there. As Arizona's gotten better offensively, they've made better decisions. Jones lays it in on a nice delivery from Hull. And a timeout taken by Arizona. Stanford's lead is 10. 5:26 to go, 3rd quarter of the national championship game.
Well, Adia Barnes is making this historic run while being the mother to young children. Her husband, Salvo, their young son, Mateo, and she had a baby 6 months ago during the height of the COVID pandemic by herself in the hospital room. She's been balancing it all, and guys, this is how real this gets. She was late coming out at halftime because she's back in the locker room pumping. She's still a breastfeeding mother, and they have to warm up the bottle with the heat packs that are here on the sideline. She is doing it all, and for those of you who think this is too much information, I'm just going to tell you this. Let's normalize working mothers and all that they have to do to make it all happen.
And Holly, here Adia Barnes was mentioning exactly what you just talked about, just moms, working moms, women of color, women in general, underrepresented groups, just being who you are and that you can balance it all. She's really an inspiration and said you can't let people pigeonhole you into what they say you can and can't do. Representation matters on every level, and to keep striving as you're balancing it all.
Women who are able to nurse understand what Adia Barnes is doing and the commitment she has made. She called it her 7th job. And there's beautiful Capri.
Absolutely adorable. It's just been incredible what Adia Barnes has been able to do for Arizona, building this program up. Her husband, Salvo, one of her assistant coaches, a FIBA certified coach who has coached plenty overseas with great success throughout his career.
Ryan, you're my Italian. I don't think I pronounced that right.
Capri.
Thank you.
Yeah. If it was a purely American family naming their daughter, they'd probably say Capri, but in that family, they go Capri. Always here for a little Italian lessons.
I appreciate it.
Jones lost it out of bounds. That's going to be Arizona basketball. Timeout on the floor. 8-point game. 4:47 to go in the third quarter. Our national champions decided tonight.
Stanford has the size advantage at multiple positions, and they have been able to get into the paint to score. 24 paint points on the day, whether it's your guard, Hull getting inside, Brink, Jones cutting through, getting open looks, or taking it off the bounce. This is a Stanford team that has taken advantage of their size inside.
A +13 rebounding margin, a +11 margin when it comes to second chance points, +12 in the paint. And as we heard from Holly, this was the key for Adia Barnes in the second half, slowing Stanford down on the glass, specifically the offensive glass. McDonald turns the corner. Lauren Ware gets it out to Sam Thomas. Here's Pellington. McDonald able to retrieve. Nice find. Ware just couldn't finish it. Here's Jones with Yaney on her, an outstanding defender. A 41-33 Stanford lead, 4:15 to go, third quarter national championship game. Jones turning, couldn't finish, rebound to Arizona, and the steal from Jerome. Massive play from Alyssa Jerome, who plays limited minutes. Williams, not a great shot there, and it goes out of bounds to Arizona.
Kiana Williams, the senior who is playing in her hometown. This is the building where she graduated from high school. Told us yesterday at their last practice, she started to get a little emotional, realizing the end was near.
Well, how about the way Aerie McDonald has just insisted herself into contact in this third? Barreled into Hull, who is shaken up, and that is going to be the 5th team foul against Stanford, so Arizona is going to the line. That's going to be number 3 on Lexi Hull, who is slow to get up, will head to the bench as her twin sister Lacey replaces her.
Lexi Hull has been terrific. She has been great in this game, and the games leading up to it has shown tremendous toughness, gotten on the glass, scored for Stanford, played great defense.
You could definitely make an argument that over these last 3 games, Lexi Hull has been Stanford's MVP. So she is going to get some attention now from Stanford's training staff after picking up her 3rd foul. McDonald goes 1 for 2 at the line. McDonald has scored the last 8 for Arizona. It's a 7-point game. Alyssa Jerome, Lacey Hull, Haley Jones, Kiana Williams, Ashton Prechtel, the 5 for Stanford. Yaney, McDonald, Sam Thomas, Lauren Ware, and Pellington for Arizona. Here comes Yaney, off the steal, lays it in. And now McDonald nearly comes up with a steal, but will get called for her 2nd personal.
This is how Arizona can get back in the game, is by using defense to create their offense. They have struggled at times in the half court, but when they can play full speed ahead. They can make a dent into this lead.
We heard Shayna talk about that off the top of the telecast. How that is how Arizona designed their offense, looking at their strengths defensively. A 5-point game. Williams given some space. McDonald closed quickly, and for McDonald, that's going to be foul number 3. And so now decision time for Arizona. McDonald saying, I'm okay. And you could see Adia Barnes saying, just be smart.
Her 5th-year senior. She can trust her. Those two have a terrific relationship.
Adia Barnes recruited Ari McDonald to Washington as an assistant. She followed Adia to Arizona. Prechtel short. Pellington the rebound, dashing ahead. Pellington with speed all the way in, lays it home. It's a 3-point game. Arizona run. That's out of bounds off Stanford.
The faster the game, the better for Arizona. Look how quickly they get the defensive board, get down the floor, and score. Great job by Ware to hold off the help side defender. The bench feeling the run as well.
How about Shayna Pellington? 9 points off the bench for Arizona. Only player in school history to play for her national team, a member of Team Canada. McDonald unable to hit. Ware got a hand on it, but controlled by Jones. That was one of the better looks McDonald has had from deep today. Jerome, no. Prechtel able to claw it out of bounds. It is Arizona basketball. The Frozen Four begins Thursday on ESPN2 with the national semifinals in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. At 5 Eastern, St. Cloud State faces Minnesota State. And then at 9, two-time defending national champion Minnesota Duluth takes on UMass. For more, visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. So Cameron Brink, Lexi Hull back into the game along with Anna Wilson. They all have 3 fouls. 2:07 to go in this third, and a 3-point Stanford lead. 14 Stanford turnovers now compared to just 4 from Arizona. Patient possession here from the Wildcats. McDonald got tripped, tried to squeeze it out, could not. Now trapped, Wilson looking for help, got it to Jones. Jones will zing it down the floor. Lexi Hull can't finish. Rebound McDonald. Stanford is back. McDonald tosses. Baptiste spinning. Unable to finish. Good help D there from Cameron Brink. Let's check in with China.
On that last substitution, Stanford got smaller in their lineup. We asked Adia Barnes, how will you neutralize Stanford's size? She said, we're going to speed the game up. We're quicker. We're going to use that. Well, Tara Vanderveer had to make a change and went back from her big to her smaller lineup.
And Jones takes advantage there. Haley Jones able to finish. She's in double figures now, 10 points, 7 rebounds for Jones.
She's been a steadying presence. They like to clear the right side of the floor out for her. Get her to the ball at the free throw line area and let her go to work.
5-point game. 45 seconds left in the third. Baptiste squeezes it to the corner. Yaney gets denied, tried to challenge Brink, but got it back. McDonald a 3. No, just missed it. A bit too strong. Mary McDonald now 2 for 6 from 3-point range in this game. She is 3 for 15 from the floor. How about another steal from Yaney? Ahead to Pellington, who lays it home. Arizona's defense turning into offense. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Wilson denied by guess who? Yaney again. Stanford, a 3-point lead as we head to the fourth.
Defense to offense. We see you, Arizona, making it a good one. 3-point game.
Fourth quarter, what's at stake? Arizona seeking its first national championship in school history. Stanford, its first national championship since 1992. How about a key for each team here, Rebecca, as we begin the fourth quarter of a 3-point game?
It's the same key for each team. Stanford, don't turn the ball over. Arizona, force Stanford to turn the ball over. That's changed the game.
Stanford has 17 turnovers, 6 of them from senior leader Kiana Williams, who has just 4 field goal attempts in this game. Playing in front of her home crowd in San Antonio, has talked about forcing things, getting tight at times earlier in the tournament. Here's Brink, the freshman, can't bank it in. Offensive rebound, Hull couldn't put it back, and Yaney has it for Arizona.
Okay, I've got a second key.
Let's hear it.
Aari McDonald. See if she can get hot. See if Stanford can keep her from getting hot.
McDonald is 3 for 15 in this game. Wilson in with 3 fouls. McDonald looking to separate. McDonald, no space, and Arizona will get a reprieve with 9 on the shot clock.
Aari's house has no windows today. They have collapsed in on her, and she's had a hard time over the size of Stanford finding open teammates.
Baptiste, 6 to shoot. Brink all over her. Loose ball. And it's going to be a traveling violation against Arizona. Nice D there from Stanford. Anna Wilson, the co-defensive player of the year in the Pac-12. Really did a nice job on Aari McDonald that possession. And now Baptiste will check out Kate Reese into the game. It's a 9-2 Arizona run that ended the third quarter. No one has scored in this first minute of the fourth. Can Williams come alive here in the fourth quarter? Jones putting it on the deck, leaning and hitting. The steadying presence of Haley Jones.
That's the toughest matchup defensively for Stanford because of her size and ability to put it on the deck. We've seen her be able to do that multiple times.
Good denial there from Williams. Thomas has been quiet. Reese, a 3 off the mark. Long rebound. Thomas has it. She'll take. Can't hit. Wilson able to claw it for Stanford. Haley Jones has the last 8 points for the Cardinal. Brink bodying inside, lays it home. Lead back to 7 for Stanford.
The last 3 possessions, Stanford was trying to isolate Brink in the post. Could not get it to her on the first 2, did there.
McDonald kicks. Pellington, a 3, no good. And as we told you before, that is just not her game. She's 1 for 19 now from 3 on the season.
She's been so impactful defensively. She needs to understand there was time on the shot clock. She didn't have to take that.
Brink dumps it down. Jones able to finish. It's a 6-0 start to the fourth for Stanford. 10 second half points for Haley Jones. Does Arizona have another answer? They have all night, they have all tournament. Pellington gets fouled. And if that's on Lexi Hull, it's number 4. And it is number 4 on Lexi Hull.
Haley Jones has been the answer. Arizona just does not have a player that has the size and strength to be able to limit her. Yaney with the strength, but not the size, so Haley can shoot over her. Other defenders, she's been able to go around and get to the rim.
Lexi Hull will check out with her 4th foul. Lacey, her twin sister, into the game as Pellington misses the free throw. Her first miss from the line of the game. Entered tonight under 41% on the season. And hits 1 for 2 here, 4 of 5 tonight for Pellington from the stripe.
Ware in the game now for Arizona to bring some size, particularly on the defensive end, to battle with Brink.
Another turnover, not quite. 17 on the night from Stanford. That one is going to be out of bounds off of Ware. Couldn't quite grab it, but more good D from Arizona, pressuring and frustrating Stanford.
Yeah, we talked about Stanford trying to isolate Brink in the post. So Adia Barnes goes with Ware. More size and strength to battle in there.
On the offensive end, Arizona shooting just 28% from the floor. They're 4 of 18 from 3, and that's such a stark contrast to what Adia Barnes' team has been doing all tournament long. They've shot it at 42% from 3 during the tournament, 32% pre-NCAA tournament. Wilson, a good look. Can't knock it down. Rebound is going to be a tie-up, and the possession arrow belongs with Arizona.
You know, Ryan, you brought it up in the first half, how good Stanford is when their opponent gets the defensive board and gets to the tie-ups.
And in a game like this, that's going to be decided on the margins, could end up being a difference maker.
Yeah. Instead of having everybody sprint back, you have at least one person go to the rebounder and see if you can get that jump ball called.
A plus 17 on the glass for Stanford. McDonald dishes back. Yaney had McDonald for a moment. Gets it back to her. 12 to shoot. McDonald just 3 for 15 from the floor. Will take and hit a big one. Five-point game. Can McDonald get going down the stretch? Lob inside. What a feed. Wilson to Brink. Beautifully done. Cameron Brink's family, as well as her godmother, Sonia Curry, the mother of Steph and Seth, in the building. Pellington bodies in. Brink was there. And see, this is where the tie-ups add up, because now Stanford basketball, they have the possession arrow.
So much of Arizona's success this season has depended on this young woman, Aari McDonald, and her ability to score. Perfectly placed pass. Great job by Brink to point and show the hand so Wilson knew where to deliver it.
Cameron Brink now 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks for the freshman. A 7-point Stanford lead. Here's Jones. Guarded by Yaney. Jones can't finish it. Cuello the rebound. Here comes McDonald. McDonald through the lane. Gets denied. Wilson took a big hit there from McDonald and is shaken up. It was Cameron Brink who came up with the rejection after McDonald ran into Anna Wilson, who's done such a wonderful job defensively tonight for Stanford.
Wilson trying to take the charge, can't, but Brink has been cleaning up the mess all tournament long, all season long for Stanford.
Wilson is going to check out for the moment. Jana Van Geitenbeek will check into the game for Stanford. And this is something Tara Vanderveer has that other teams don't. The ability and the willingness to go 11 deep. It's just so rare to see from these teams at this time of the season, as Wilson will limp back towards the locker room for Stanford. Van Geitenbeek has to play a big role now for Stanford. And a 10-second violation as Stanford didn't get it across.
Van Geitenbeek in the tournament has played 17 minutes in 2 games. But yes, as you pointed out, the trust Tara Vanderveer has in all of her players.
Wilson going back towards the locker room. 18th turnover for Stanford. Pellington, nice hesitation. Frees herself for the bucket and the foul. 5-point game. Free throw coming for Arizona. Under 5 minutes to go. A national championship is on the line. You like drama? You've come to the right place. Well, Shayna Pellington averaged just 13 minutes per game this tournament. She's played 25 tonight. They've been huge, Rebecca.
Her impact has been immense on this game. The defensive pressure that she has placed, her ability to get to the free throw line. She's drawn 5 fouls on Stanford players. It's been her aggressiveness offensively and then her peskiness defensively that have really helped change things at times for Arizona.
At the line, a chance to make it a 4-point game for Pellington. You see the production tonight compared to the first 5 games this tournament. Holly Rowe.
Well, Pellington has been terrific tonight, but it's really not a surprise. She was the Big 12 Freshman of the Year for Oklahoma, but transferred. When she sat out last year at Arizona, she was practicing every single day against Aerie McDonald. You can see the speed, the quickness, and the physicality. She had to go one-on-one in practice, and she learned a lot. She's showcasing it in the national championship.
And she's 5 of 6 from the line and entered this game under 41% on the season. It's a 4-point game. 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the national championship game. Kiana Williams has struggled tonight for Stanford. 6 turnovers, 2 of 4 from the floor. Shot clock down to 8. Jones has been terrific. Finds Prechtel. Prechtel a 3. No. Rebound. Believe knocked it out of bounds. It's Arizona ball.
Great defensive possession by Arizona. The play started. They were trying to get hold of the ball on an elevator screen. No, Arizona blew that up. They recovered in timeout to Prechtel. This is the Arizona team that got them to this place.
Anna Wilson back in after being banged up. She has 3 fouls. Lexi Hull back on the floor for Arizona with 4. Cameron Brink now on the bench for Stanford with 4. McDonald nearly lost the handle, trying to shake Wilson. Finds help. Yaney. No. Bendu Yaney. 8 for 33 from 3 on the season. Hull, a good look. Rims off. Rebound. Loose ball. Grabbed by Baptiste. And Baptiste will get it to Pellington with McDonald playing off the ball here for Arizona.
Look for her to run off multiple baseline screens, trying to get her the ball.
McDonald, here she comes off a Yaney screen. A great look. Is good. It's a 1-point game. You saw that one coming, partner. 51-50, Stanford in front. Williams can't lay it in. Rebound Baptiste, and Arizona can take the lead. McDonald trying to shake free. 10 to shoot. McDonald for the lead. No. And Jones the rebound. Here comes Stanford. Kiana Williams. And a timeout taken by Tara Vanderveer. 2:40 left in the 4th quarter of the national championship game. Stanford 51, Arizona 50.
Arizona waiting for Aerie McDonald to hit a big one, and she delivers. There it is.
A 10-2 Arizona run. Every time this game, Stanford has looked like they were going to run away. Arizona's had an answer. Aerie McDonald, tremendous bounce back in this second half against the outstanding defense of Stanford.
She's been phenomenal. I mean, she's the reason that Arizona is in the place they are in, competing for a national championship. At shoot-around this morning, Ryan, I think that was a great timeout by Tara Vanderveer. They went over multiple sideline out-of-bounds sets to get the ball in the hands of the player they want. You would think it would be Haley Jones on this possession.
Brink back in with 4 fouls. Lexi Hull with 4 as well for Stanford. Aerie McDonald with 3 for Arizona. Shot clock is down to 7. Jones spinning. Jones got the whistle and finished.
That was one of the plays they went over this morning at shoot-around, and you know she wants to go right. You force her left. Well, she's just as good that direction. The strength she uses to finish through contact.
Haley Jones completes the three-point play, and the lead is back to 4 for Stanford. What an NCAA tournament for Haley Jones. 17 points tonight, 8 rebounds. Thomas gets it to McDonald. McDonald looking to shake Wilson. Can't hit the three. Baptiste the back tap. It's kicked out of bounds by Arizona, and it will be Stanford ball, and they cannot look at this. There's 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. It would have to be under 2.
Yeah, I thought it went off of a Stanford foot as well.
Clearly off the left foot of Stanford.
But you're right, Ryan. 3 seconds later, they could have reviewed it.
Instead, it's Stanford ball. Jones after the missed call. Looking back door, Williams lost it. That might have been a ball don't lie moment. Pellington hops through, can't lay it in. Rebound, fought for. Baptiste trying to get a timeout. She stepped out of bounds. It's Stanford ball.
Arizona continuing to crash, continuing to battle. Stanford as well. Oh yeah, her left hand goes down.
Inbound to Hull, under 1:40 to go in the national championship game. A gritty, riveting evening in San Antonio. Stanford leads by 4. And Baptiste nearly came up with a steal. A foul called against Baptiste. And that will be the 3rd team foul against Arizona. They still have 1 to give. Stanford has 2 fouls to give. Stanford 3 timeouts remaining, Arizona 2, and it's Arizona who has the possession arrow.
Again, I like Haley Jones being the one to initiate for Stanford.
Oh, contact here, no whistle. Probably both fan bases wanted one there, as McDonald and Williams ran into each other. 10 on the shot clock. Williams trying to shake McDonald. Gives it up. Shot clock at 3. Hull nearly lost it, now does. McDonald breaking ahead, gets fouled by Williams. And Ari McDonald with 2 free throws coming to try and make this a 2-point game.
It's been the story of the day, is Arizona's ability to turn Stanford over. Great hands by Thomas. And then, of course, Ari gets to the left side. Really smart foul by Williams.
McDonald has struggled a bit from the line. 5 for 8 tonight. 65% in the tournament. And she misses the first.
She pushed that one. Get it? You hit this one, though. You make it a single possession game.
McDonald hits the second. 3-point game. Arizona can play straight up defense here with 59.1 to go. Stanford has shot just 2 free throws all night as Jones lobs it to Wilson. Stanford running some clock. Williams on the drive. Williams leaner. No! Rebound is going to be chased down by Arizona. Pellington to McDonald. She gets fouled by Wilson. That'll be number 4 on Anna Wilson. And McDonald will go right back to the line. A chance to make it a 1-point game if she can hit both.
She just saw her last one go through. That can really help you when you get there again quickly.
Was 8th in the Pac-12 in free throw percentage this season. McDonald hits the first. About a 6.5-second difference, game and shot clock as it stands right now. McDonald got them both. It is a 1-point contest. Stanford 54. Arizona 53 as the McDonald family exhales. 36.6 seconds remaining. Stanford still with 2 timeouts remaining. Arizona has a foul to give. Stanford does not. The Wildcats as well with 2 timeouts remaining. It's Arizona who has the all-important possession arrow.
If you are Stanford, you want to wind the clock. Arizona, you don't need a foul. Stanford wants to wind the clock, get the ball to Haley Jones if you can at the free throw line, and let her go to work.
Now, Rebecca, you don't believe that Arizona should foul here, enough of a difference in the shot clock and game clock that they can play it out, especially with timeouts.
You can foul early if you want to. They have one to give, right?
They have one to give.
Yes. Because then it makes Stanford have to inbound again, where you can try to steal or trap.
And then maybe if, say, Brink caught it, not a great free throw shooter. Arizona going to play straight up defense here. Rowe going to get it back to Williams, and Stanford going to let it wind. You see that difference on the game and shot clock, about 6.5 seconds. Stanford holding a 1-point lead. Williams, the San Antonio native. Shot clock down to 7. Williams with it at 4. Williams with it at 2. Throws it away. Loose ball and a shot clock violation. Arizona ball. Trailing by 1. Stanford never getting a shot off on that possession.
Winding the clock, winding the clock. They were looking for Jones inside on the post up, not there. Brink loses it. Frustration from Tara Vanderveer.
Adia Barnes' team looking to pull off one last shocker as the McDonald family in Arizona celebrate the stop. Arizona will have the basketball with 1 timeout remaining. Stanford is over the foul limit. Arizona has the possession arrow, 5.5 seconds to go. Wildcats down 1. Where does Arizona go here, Rebecca?
Well, you would think Ari McDonald, and that's what Stanford's thinking as well. One of the things Arizona went over in shoot around, elbow entry. McDonald coming off, fake the handoff because she's going to draw the defense, turn, and go in for the layup.
5.5 to go in the national championship game of what has been an unforgettable tournament. Pellington will inbound. Stanford a 1-point lead. Arizona does have a timeout if Pellington has trouble inbounding. Adia Barnes communicating with Mai Forsberg.
After review, the clock is being adjusted to 6.1.
So 6.1 is what Arizona will have to operate with. Stanford leads by 1. Arizona basketball. Lexi Hall will guard the inbounder Pellington. Pellington looking for McDonald, lobs it into McDonald. 5 seconds left. McDonald, 2 seconds. McDonald trapped, heaves, can't hit. That is it. Stanford survives again. The Stanford Cardinal, national champions in 2021. For the first time since 1992, Stanford is your national champion. The Stanford defense coming up with one final stop on Aerie McDonald. She ended up getting a heave towards the rim, but could not connect. And it's Stanford, after a season that required unprecedented resilience, that ends up with the ultimate reward.
Arizona, the Cinderella team here in the tournament, making it to the championship game. Played hard, fought tough, and then the Stanford Cardinal, as you said, the adversity they have faced all season long, continued the last two games, but able to pull it out on the last possessions.
Well, Holly Rowe is with their senior leader, Kiana Williams.
Well, Kiana, you're back home, and it was hard. What is it like to be a champion in your hometown tonight?
It feels great. First, I want to shout out Arizona. That's a great basketball program. I'm so happy that they made it to this far. That's a great basketball team we just beat. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, and we did that. I'm so proud of our young players. Haley stepping up big, Cam stepping up big. Jana coming in as a freshman, hasn't played in 2 games and held her own. I'm just so proud of this team, and we're champs. I can't believe it, we're champs.
It was hard at the end, too, you know, that you have a 1-point lead and they have the ball with 6 seconds left. Plenty of time to get something done. How did the defense step up and make it difficult for Aerie to get that look?
We knew who they were going to. She was killing us all game. We knew who they were going to. So when she had it up top, they overloaded one side, and I told Lexi to just go trap her. And they made it a difficult shot, and thankfully she missed it. We made a play at the end.
You guys have had one of the more unprecedented seasons in sports history, being on the road, away from home. How do you describe the resilience of this group to win it in a year like this?
I think that's what helped us. You know, being on the road for 10 weeks, we didn't want to do that, but, you know, afterwards we were thankful for it because we grew as a team, we grew as individuals, and that was hard, but, you know, it's helped us, you know, against Louisville, you know, having to come back down 12, or, you know, against South Carolina, they're going on their runs, and then also tonight getting that big stop.
Your coach has had a magnificent season. She passes Pat Summitt as the all-time wins leader. It's been 29 years since she won a championship. How do you describe Tara Vanderveer and her resilience and longevity in this role?
It starts with her. It starts with T-Dog. She's a great leader, a great coach, but an even better person. And we know that she cares about us as people, not just as basketball players. So I'm so excited that the drought is over for her. And to win this in my home city for her, I'm just so thankful, so thankful.
Well, thank you, Kiana. You're the first chair of the orchestra. I think you played some sweet music tonight. Thank you,
Holly. Happy Easter, everyone.
Well, Kiana Williams and Stanford, national champions. Rebecca, let's revisit that final play from Arizona with the basketball. 6.1 seconds left, down 1.
Aerie McDonald got you to this point of the season, and Adia Barnes wanted her to have the basketball in her hands. Look at 4 Stanford defenders making sure that nothing was easy, and it still had a chance.
Got it up on the back iron as McDonald twisted away from 3, was not able to hit, and Stanford with one more key defensive stop. This time it bears the fruit of a national championship. Holly Rowe is with the all-time winningest coach, Tara Vanderveer.
Well, Coach, this game was playing out a little bit too closely like the South Carolina game where you turned it over with seconds left. What were you thinking on the bench as you saw this unfold?
You know, first of all, Holly, I just want to give a lot of credit to Arizona and the job that they've done. They are very aggressive. We turned the ball over much too much, but we had enough to be able to win it. I thought Haley Jones really stepped up big for us. Anna Wilson's defense. Lexi Hull kept us in the game. Cameron Brink inside. Ashton played really well for us. And a lot of different people came in and made some contributions. But, you know, Kiana obviously being out there and running our team. But this is a dream come true for our team. I think it'll probably hit me tomorrow. But, you know, we played Arizona, came down to that exact shot at home. The ball rolled out. So Ari's a tremendous player. So we're very fortunate to win, and we're very excited.
Coach, you told us there was a moment this season, everything your team had been through in January, where you were like, this is too hard. We're away from home. We're in hotel rooms. We can't do it. How did you find the strength to continue through?
Well, you know, we have some really outstanding women on our team. Alyssa Jerome has been a great leader for us. Anna Wilson, a great leader. Kiana as a senior. They're a very close team. Lexi and Lacey, the sisterhood, really has helped our team, I think, be a very close team. And getting through all the things we got through, you know, we're excited to win the COVID championship.
29 years from your last championship. Is this one compared? Do you even remember?
You know, the other one was not quite as close, the last one, but we're really excited. You know, no one knows the score. No one knows who scores. It's just, it's a national championship, and I'm really excited to represent Stanford. And it's this is a great team. We did not play a great game today, however, but if we can win, not playing as well as we need to, I'm excited.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, ESPN.
Well, Tara Vanderveer will raise the trophy for a third time in her illustrious Hall of Fame career. Mary McDonald's last-second heave just misses as Arizona's magical ride comes to an end and Stanford celebrates the ultimate triumph. We'll be back with the trophy presentation in a moment from San Antonio.